Hello guys, Millennium Griffin here. Welcome back to my channel. Most archer builds in RPG games rely on shadows, stealth and running away. But what if you didn't have to run? What if you could stand your ground? Shrug off hits that would one-shot a normal ranger and still delete enemies from a distance. That is the heavy archer. In this video we are trading leather for plate armor and sneaking for tanking. I'm going to break down the exact skills, perks and support magic that turn you into a walking fortress with a bow. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build an archer who doesn't need to hide. Let's get into it. In my previous video, I described the idea of the build and quickly covered all skills that I chose. Today, we aren't just skimming the surface. We are doing a deep dive inspection of every single skill, perk and spell that makes the heavy archer the most broken build in Oblivion. Marksman. Let's talk about why you want to grind Marksman. At apprentice level, holding your bow doesn't drain your fatigue anymore. This is crucial because it means you aren't tired and weak when the enemy finally reaches you. At journeyman, you get the zoom ability. This changes everything. You can now snipe enemies from outside their aggro range. But expert is where you become a tank's worst nightmare. You get a chance to knock enemies flat on their backs. Just imagine a charging orc dropping to the ground mid-sprint, giving you time to pump 2 more arrows into him before he can even stand up. That is the power of the marksman. If expert level makes you dangerous, master level makes you unfair. At level 100, your arrows gain a chance to paralyze enemies instantly. Just think about that. You don't need poison. You don't need a spell. You just shoot and the enemy freezes in place while you casually finishes them off. It turns almost every fight into target practice. Heavy armor. I know, some of you prefer light armor for speed, but for this build we want to feel unstoppable. Are you team heavy or team light? Let me know in the comments. Now, why wear heavy armor if we are shooting bows? Simple. Survivability. As you level up, the biggest downside of heavy armor, the weight, disappears. Once you hit expert, the weight of your equipped armor is cut in half. This means you can move faster and, more importantly, carry way more dungeon loot without getting over-encumbered. And at master level, your equipped armor becomes weightless. You get the protection of a knight with the mobility of a thief. You are literally a walking fortress that moves like the wind. Armorer. Don't sleep on this skill. Since we are tanking hits, our gear is going to take a beating. The real magic happens at expert level. You can now repair items up to 125%. This is not just a maintenance, it's an upgrade. Your bow will deal more damage and your armor will block more hits than the game normally allows you to do. You are essentially buffing your own gear just by keeping it in a good shape. This is the ultimate quality of life upgrade. At master level, your repair hammers never break, ever. You only need to carry one hammer for the rest of the game. This frees up even more inventory space for loot and ensures your gear is always buffed to that glorious 125% durability without costing you a single gold piece in supplies. Restoration. Now you might think, restoration is just for healers, but for a heavy archer, it's your infinite fuel source. Early on, it saves you a fortune on potions, but as you level up, you unlock restore attribute spells. This is massive because enemies will drain your strength or endurance to stop you. With restoration, you just shrug it off and keep marching. And once you hit expert, you can craft custom heal over time spells. Cast one of these before you kick open the door and you regenerate health faster than enemies can damage you. You become unkillable. Conjuration. Conjuration is not about magic, it's about crowd control. As an archer, your biggest weakness is getting swarmed. Conjuration fixes that instantly. Even a basic skeleton or zombie summon acts as a perfect distraction. They run in, draw aggro, and group enemies up for you. At expert and master levels, your summons stay longer and hit harder. Essentially, you are never fighting a 1v1 duel. You are bringing a bodyguard to every fight who tanks the damage while you line up the perfect headshot from safety. Alteration. Alteration is a heavy archer utility belt. It fills in every gap your armor leaves open. First, shield spells. They stack on top of your heavy armor rating. This means you can hit the armor cap way earlier in the game without needing endgame gear. Second, utility. Feather spells let you carry even more loot, because we all know heavy armor is, yes, heavy. And water breathing or open lock spells mean no door, chest or underwater tunnel is off limits to you. You get all the perks of a thief without spending a single point in security. Mysticism. Finally, Mysticism gives us two critical tools: information and power. Detect Life is basically wall hacks. You'll see enemies in the next room before they even know you are there, letting you plan your attack perfectly. But the real MVP is Soul Trap. Since we're likely using enchanted bows for maximum damage, we need to keep them charged. Soul Trap ensures that every enemy you kill refuels your weapon. You become a self-sustaining machine of destruction that never runs out of a charge. Master skills in magic. For our magic skills, hitting master level is not about a passive perk, it's about unlocking the nuclear button. Reaching level 100 allows you to cast master tier spells. For restoration, you can cast spells that heal you fully in a single second. For conjuration, you can summon the most powerful Daedra, who can basically solo dungeons for you. For alteration, you can cast shield spells so powerful that they can max out your armor rating while you're wearing regular clothes. Basically, hitting master in these skills removes all limits. You stop playing by the game's rules and start making your own. Alternative skills that you can consider for heavy archer. Illusion. I honestly think illusion is underrated for archers. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Illusion is the ultimate utility belt. It solves every problem your bow can't. Too dark in a dungeon? Cast light. Need better prices from a merchant? Cast charm. Fighting a mage who keeps healing himself? Hit him with silence and watch him panic as his magic fails. And the best part? Chameleon. You don't need to crouch and sneak slowly. You can just turn invisible, walk right up to an enemy and blast them point blank. It's stealth without the boring waiting game. Alchemy. If you want to choose overpowered skill, make it Alchemy. Why? Because it makes you completely self-sufficient. You never have to buy a healing potion again. You turn random flowers you pick up into instant health bars. But the real power is poisons. Since you are an archer, you can apply poisons directly to your arrows. This allows you to stack damage on top of damage. You aren't just shooting an arrow, you are delivering a chemical payload that drains health, damages stamina, or silences mages. You turn every shot into a debuff. Skills that I do not recommend for heavy archer. Block. You might think, I'm a heavy armor character, I should use block. No, don't do it. Here is the problem. You cannot shoot your bow and block at the same time. If you are blocking, you aren't dealing damage, and if you aren't dealing damage, the enemy is still alive and hitting you. We have heavy armor and alteration shield spells for protection. We face tank hits passively while keeping our hands free to fire arrows. Dropping your bow to hold up a block is just a waste of time. Destruction. Skip destruction entirely. Why? Because your bow is your destruction spell. Your magica bar is a precious resource. As a heavy archer, you need that blue bar for healing, summoning mid shields, and buffing armor. If you waste your mana throwing a weak fireball, you have nothing left to heal yourself when the fight gets tough. Let your arrows do the killing, save your magic for staying alive. So, forget everything you know about playing an archer. Forget the shadows, forget the sneaking, and definitely forget running away. The heavy archer isn't just a build, it's a statement. It says you don't need stealth to win, you just need better steel and bigger arrows. You become a walking fortress that controls the battlefield, shrugs off damage, and delivers critical hits while looking the enemy dead in the eye. It's the most fun I have had in Oblivion in years, and it turns the hardest enemy fights into a walk in the park. So, are you ready to trade your leather for iron? Give this build a shot and let me know in the comments what's the highest damage shot you ever landed. If you enjoyed this guide, smash that like button and subscribe for more builds that break the rules. I'm Millennium Griffin, and I'll see you in the Citadel.